So you want to learn how to make thumbnails like this and this, but don't know how to? Well, today I'm not only going to be showing you the basics of Blender, I'm also going to show you how to make thumbnails like these. Quick thing before I start on the tutorial, what I mean by I'm also going to show you how to make thumbnails like these is I'm not going to show you exactly how to make these thumbnails, like literally everything I've used to make my thumbnails. I will just be explaining the core things used in making these thumbnails, like lighting, posing, stuff like that. I felt like I just needed to clear this up because some people, after watching the tutorial, will be like, why didn't he show me how to make those thumbnails? This is the reason why. A quick thing before I start, I am not pro at Blender. I just know the basics, so don't 100% listen and use everything that I say in this video. Use other things that people say in their videos or just tell you. Also, I recorded basically this entire video after school, so that's why I sound tired. Sorry about that. As you can see on the screen, these timestamps are for everything that I will talk about in this video. So for example, if you just want to learn lighting, go to the time that's highlighted right now. Or if you want to learn just posing, again, go to the time that's highlighted. So the first thing you're going to need to do is download Blender. There are two ways that I know of that you can get Blender. The first one is from the Steam store. The Blender from the Steam store will always be the newest version, and in my opinion, you should get the one from the Steam store. It is free also, but if you don't want the one from the Steam store, you can also download any older version of Blender by just searching Blender previous versions, as you can see right here. So once I open Blender, I am met with this page. This is to open any Blender files, and this, as you can see, is to recover last session. I'm not going to need to do any of that now, so I'll just click over here. As you can see, I have this cube highlighted by the orange, yellow outline, and also up here you can see that this is to move, this is to rotate, this is to scale. These are the three that I will mostly use today, mostly these two. And since I won't be needing this cube, I will right click and click delete. In the right corner, this is used to rotate around your scene, and this right here is my camera. The camera is used to take any shots or renders, and to go into camera view, just click 0 on your computer. And now you're probably wondering, how do I get the Gorilla Tag models? Well, if you search Nacho Engine on YouTube, click on this Discord link, and it will bring you to their Discord server. I'm pretty sure you have to verify, so just do that if you have to do that. And once you verify, go to this download section where it has map assets, all of the maps, the Gorilla models. I recommend downloading newer ones, cosmetics, all of them apparently, and models from other Gorilla Tag fan games. In this case, I'm going to want to download this one. And if you want to download the skin textures, you can. It will be the same process to open it in Blender. Again, if you want to download the skin textures, just follow along with the tutorial. As you can see, when I download it, it's now up here. And what I like to do is open my files and drag it into my documents. This way, when I open it in Blender, it's a lot easier to get to. And I like to keep my stuff organized because all the Blender files and images go into the documents automatically, I am pretty sure. And to bring the model into our scene, we go up to File, Open. We don't need to save it because we have nothing. And click on this one because it's the Gorilla Tag rig we downloaded. Now, as you can see, when I opened it, it opened this. To get out of this screen, just drag this over, click this over here, and it will bring these back. Click this up here, drag this down right here, up here, and 3D viewport. Now we can rotate around our scene. And if you want to see the lighting, just click this one right here. And if you don't, just click this one. So the first thing I'm going to do to the gorilla is customize it. If you don't understand what I mean, basically just making the gorilla look like your gorilla in-game, like color, name, cosmetics. So first I'll start with color. To change the gorilla's color, click on its fur, not like the cube, the line here, or the circle around it. Click on the fur, come over here to material, and scroll down to when you see surface and primary color. Click on it and you can use this to change the color of it. I'm just gonna keep it out white. You can change it to whatever color you want. Next is the name. Use your scroll wheel on your mouse to zoom in and out. Click on the name and go up here and click edit mode with the name tag clicked on. And now you can type whatever you want. I suggest holding shift when typing because it makes the letters look normal. Here's it without shift. See, it looks weird. So I suggest just holding shift when you type the name, like to spell gorilla wrong. In my case for this scene, I'm not gonna want a name, so I just remove all the letters and go back into object mode. Next, I'm going to want to smooth out my gorilla. If you don't understand what I'm saying, look at the gorilla's face. You can see how, like, right here, it's just, like, not smooth. And smoothing out the gorilla makes the gorilla look a lot better in my opinion. So to smooth out the gorilla, come over here to modifiers, auto smooth, and click this X. Now with the fur clicked on, again not this, right click, shade smooth, and turn sharp edges off. Now as you can see, those lines really aren't there anymore. Yes, there is some of it, but it makes the gorilla look a lot better. And now for cosmetics. How I said earlier, you can just download this, or you can go over to Radiant's Blender server, which has a bunch of just custom models, maps, and cosmetics, and you can download this one. But for the cosmetics, do not click open, click append, and it should automatically open your documents. Find the cosmetics. In this case for me, it's the I Lava You cosmetics. Click append, collection, and collection. Now as you can see, I have opened them in my scene, and they should automatically be able to move. As you can see with the blue, green, and red, just move them out of your scene. And I find it much easier just to click the one you want and drag it over like that. So that's customizing your gorilla. The next thing I'm going to talk about is lighting. Lighting is very important to make your scene and render look good. And to show lighting right now, just come up here, click on this one. As you can see now, there's lighting, how before there wasn't. And the first thing I'm going to do is come over here to world, strength, turn it all the way down. And in Radiant's Blender server, under tutorials, there's a section called lighting. Watch this video. It will explain how to effectively add lighting 10 times better than I will. So I'll just go quickly do the tutorial. I'll most likely put a time lapse so you can at least see me doing the tutorial. Okay, so now I'm done, and as you can see, the gorilla looks a lot better. Also, about this down here, don't worry. Once I get to posing the gorilla, that will go away. Also, to remove this colored world, I guess you could call it, click on world, color ramp, disconnect. And then just turn this back to 1. To change the color of the lights, click on this thing, or out here, and you can change the color here. And to change the size of the light, it is right here. But I'm going to want to keep it at 1. So that's lighting. Let's go to posing. So to start posing your gorilla, do not click on the fur, click on the circle on the outside, go up to here, and click pose mode. As you can see, if I don't click on the circle, it doesn't pop up. So click on the circle and click pose mode. So there are multiple sections that you can move and pose on the gorilla. First one is the head, as you can see with the outline. Control Z to undo. The body, the whole entire model, the hands, and the fingers. Right now, as you can see, only one hand is highlighted, indicated by the blue outline. Both of the hands move. To fix that, just come up here to this and turn it off. To get out of pose mode, see I'm trying to click on the lights, it won't work. Come up here and click object mode. Now as you can see, I can click on the lights. The next thing I'm going to want to do is set up my camera. What I'm going to do is click on the camera, right click, and click delete. Don't worry, you can add it back. And instead of trying to move the camera from all the way up there, back down to here, what I do is click on this. As you can see, it's right in the middle. When you add things to your scene, they will go to that. So I come up to add, camera, 0 on your keypad. As you can see, I added the camera there. You can either move the camera using the move tool while it's highlighted, going over to object here and moving it like this, or while you're in the camera POV by clicking 0 again, coming up to here, view, and where it says lock, camera to view, and wherever I zoom, the camera will go. You can also use this to move it around. I'm not going to use the camera to view. I just personally like doing it not in the camera POV and using the move tool out here to move it, but you could do it any of those 3 ways. If you want to zoom in on your camera, don't go like this. You can go like that, but there's an easier way to do it. Go to this part out here, and when it's highlighted in white, you can drag it. This just makes the object closer, as you can see right now. And now I'm just going to position the camera for the thumbnail I'm going to do. So I've now positioned my camera to the way I want it for my thumbnail, and my gorilla is not facing me. To fix that, I will click the circle, not the fur, and while holding Shift A, click the 4 lights. Shift A lets you select multiple things, and now clicking on the rotate tool can now rotate everything together, as you can see. And again, clicking on the circle out here, not the fur, going over to pose mode, and making the gorilla look at me. I'll just demonstrate me moving its hands. There. And Control Z to undo everything. Now, since I'm done posing, I can now turn the world lights off by coming over to world, and turning the strength down, and coming up to render, and render image. You can see this is what the scene looks like. If you want to focus on something that is close, click on the camera, click on this, and you can change basically everything that you could want with the camera. I'm just gonna quickly set up a hacker/glitch effect on the gorilla like this. That is also in Radiant's Blender server, so if you need help with Blender, join the server and Nacho Engines. There are people there that will help you, so I'm just gonna start with the glitched effect now. As you can see now, here is the glitched effect I've put on. I definitely need to change some stuff, but so far it's going well. I forgot to talk about this, but adding faces to your model, go to this video, I'll leave it in the description. Open the description of this video, and there's a Google Drive link. Click on it, download any of these by double clicking, and this download up here. I'll just do this one as an example. Download. Go back over to Blender, click on the fur, not the circle around it. The fur, go over to shading, open your files, go to the image you downloaded, and drag it, keep on holding it, and drop it in here, and drag it to face texture. And once you do it like this, drag the face texture factor all the way, and on the PNG, click on this, and click closest. As you can see, now it's here. And if you want to remove the face, click on it, right click, delete, and drag this back over to 0. So that's the basics of Blender. This video is just meant to teach you posing, lighting, and customizing your gorilla. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comment them and I will most likely answer them, and bye.